Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. Chasing my hypotheticals. Here's why you should stop now, Khalil. You refuse to stop. I know you do. But you're not going to speak on this anymore because if you do, we're going to have to really speak about it. But you're afraid of it. I'm not worried about you. So, what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to play what I produced this morning talking about this matriarch of whores, meaning that every woman in the Clark house, a money house that became the money house after he left Clark. Nieces, nephews, mothers, stepmothers, stepdaughters, this, that, everything. She's the mother of whores, harlots. And we finna listen to a little conversation that I'm having with Khalil. I'm gonna see if he gonna speak back while he eating this, you know, cheese and grapes and stuff. Morning, people. How y'all doing? The title of today's show on Lord Rodney Clark's channel is Chasing My Hypothetical. Here's why you should stop now. This is why you should stop. Now, this man has been chasing me for 11 years trying to clear DJ K. Slay name because DJ K. Slay and him came out in 2013 and told the world that Africa Bambaataa was out here sexually involved with children. He knew 3 years prior, well, 7 years prior to 2017, because K. Slay told him that Bambaataa liked having sex with young boys. But April the 1st, 2013, Bambaataa went further and he raped the young man. And K. Slay couldn't live with it, so he came out and snitched on Bambaataa and told the world. He did it through this man. His name is Lord Rodney Clark. But the government gave him a new name because of the matriarch of whores, his mama, and changed his name to Khalil Money. He don't want the Clark name no more because of the matriarch of whores. Now, he's afraid to talk about this matriarch of whores. I'm not. So I hit him with a hypothetical, fucked him up. That if I would have walked in on my mama, I'd have blew her head off if she was in my father's house, dominating the man, riding his dick and giving him sexual pleasure. Why can I say this the way I said it? Because I'm not a hypocrite. I done had another man, wife, in some family member's house, shit, getting pussy. I done did it. Do I feel like someone should have killed me and all of that? No. Have he ever done that? I don't know. He want to be player, boss, and all this stuff, and how he used to give crack and cocaine to women and sleep with them and stuff, but he never said he was player enough to have another man's wife in his bed. But, you know, I'm here not, I ain't trying to judge him. I'm judging the matriarch of whores. And so how I articulately did it is say, well, if I'd have walked in on my mother. Now, when I did this articulatively, he jumped on the conversation because it's not about his mother. It's about my mother. But really, it's about his mother. I'm just doing it in an articulative way. In the Bible sense, it's a parable. It's a story that tells a story outside of the story that you hear. But because many Black people are ignorant and dumbed down by society, they don't understand how to deal with them. Like I said, I've been mentally capable of doing what I'm doing since a youngster. So I just did it to him. Once again, I put my mother as this. I've never walked in on my mother in my father's bed around another man's dick. Never did it in my life. But it's a hypothetical that'll fuck him up because he want to jump on it. So let's hear him jump on it and talk about it and stuff. And we're going to get into it, but I'm going to let him kill himself.
He would get the shotgun out of the living room and blow his mama's head off.
Now, which is a very simple hypothetical. If I was 10 years old and I walked in on my horse ass mama, riding some nigga dick in my daddy's bed, I said I would go in the living room because we kept shotguns in the living room, fully loaded, and I'd have went and blew her head off. He want to deal with it. He should have left it alone because what I said I would do, he won't do. He sit up there and watch the bitch ride dick. That's what his mama is, a bitch. Ride dick and do all this stuff and learn about sex for the first time. And he didn't see his mama and daddy. He seen his mama ride another nigga dick. And he said it was long and it was big. He watched it. But we're going to get some more.
Not the guy laying on his daddy's bed, rubbing his ass crack into his daddy's sheets.
See, he mad at the guy for sitting up there allowing his horse ass mother to ride his dick in his daddy bed with his ass crack all on the sheet. See how he had dick envy of Mr. Roberts. That was the guy's name, Mr. Roberts. Because he would come over, which other guys would come over too, and play with mama and talk with mama. But he never walked in on them fucking the shit out of mama or mama. Let me correct it. He never walked in on mama fucking the shit out of them in his daddy bed. See? He's telling on himself. But like I said, I put it as a hypothetical because I can speak on it. He can't speak on it. He can't call his mother a whore or a bitch. But when your mother's doing whore shit and bitch shit, that's what she is. She's a whore and a bitch at that time, but he can't say that. I can say that because my mama wasn't a whore or a bitch, but hypothetically, if she was riding some nigga dick in my father's bed, that's what she would have been.
Busting nuts all on his daddy sheets. Nah, you're all right. I'm gonna shoot my mama. Now, first and foremost.
So you see, Carl said he would shoot his mama, but the nigga that's got his ass on his daddy's sheets and busting nuts all in his mama on his daddy. That's who I would have killed because that's what fucked me up watching my mama ride that nigga dick. I seen a big hairy pussy, big ass. He described the scene. He watched that woman bounce up and down on that man, big long dick and everything. I mean, gruesome ass scene for a 10-year-old. But like I said, I had started watching porn at 10 years old. It probably was before that. I don't know. I get fucked up with age and shit. I didn't have a stroke. I can't remember shit like I used to remember shit. But the truth of the matter is, I started watching porn. I knew all about fucking and shit, sucking dick, putting it up a whole ass and all. I knew all that shit as a young boy. So, like I said, if I'd have walked in on my mama, I'd have knew what was going on, that she was being the dominant one. She was riding dick in my daddy's bed. The man wasn't missionary style on her, pounding in her and shooting in her. She was the aggressor. Just like I had that man wife doing that shit to her. She was truly not the aggressor, but she was giving me what the fuck she had that wasn't mine. Never told me that it was another man's thing. She didn't wear a ring and shit. You see the wedding dress this bitch in? She knew she was married. But she had a military husband that used to kick her motherfucking ass and leave. And when he wasn't around, she got hoish and bitches. But her son that walked in and seen her doing hoish shit and bitch shit will not call her a whore or a bitch. He won't put the title to the action. But I'm here to do
it. This is why it's all cap lies. First of all, Israel doctrine acknowledges that if he were a 10-year-old boy, like I was a 10-year-old boy.
10-year-old boy. Was you watching porn at 10? No, you was watching your whole ass mama ride dick in real life. You didn't need to watch porn. You had a hoe in the house that was performing hoe ass tricks. And because she was performing hoe ass tricks, you weren't watching porn like me. Stop trying to compare your fucked up life to mine. I told you. Number one, I'm the youngest of 8. When I got to Arkansas at 10 years old, I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. People talk shit to me, I pull my pants down and literally tell them, kiss my motherfucking ass. Were you doing that at 10? So stop trying to compare your bitch ass life with matriarch whore to mine. Stop following my hypothetical. You should have learned this shit when her son was throwing his hypotheticals out there. But no, you didn't learn from her son. When that nigga said, watch your circle before they hurt you, I started watching my circle because my motherfucking circle was trying to get me to have another stroke in. But we're going to keep going on. We having fun.
And I walked in on my mom and I ran out the room crying and jumped on my bed and was crying. Okay, that was me.
So like I said, I was already watching porn. So if my mama was in there sucking dick, getting fucked and doing all the other shit, but we know she was the aggressor, I'd have walked in like, what the fuck, mama? What you in here doing? I wouldn't have sit back, got a seat, and watch my mama pussy slide up and down a nigga dick. He ain't never watched porn, so he had real life porn at the house.
But this nigga thinks he's a superhero. First of all, at 2 months shy of 48, you could never know how you would have reacted at 10 years old.
I've been 10 before. You telling me I wouldn't know how I act? Number one, like I said, I was already raised to know what fucking this shit was at 10 years old. So what are you talking about? You didn't know what fucking was. You said you knew, but you got a real life example when your horse ass mama was in there riding that nigga dick. But because a little young Lord Rodney Clark didn't know what the fuck sex was and all that, he said he do, you panic and went crying like a bitch in your room. Oh, my mama just riding dick and shit. And that. Yeah, I can imagine the scene.
Can we be honest here for a moment, Israel Doctor? You don't know if you were 10 years old, if you walked in on your mom, you would go get the shotgun and you would shoot your mom. That's cap, my nigga.
That's cap. How's it cap? For you, it's cap because you didn't do it. You didn't say nothing. You sit back and looked at that bitch pussy and start fantasizing about fucking your own mama. I've never been that crazy.
And this ideal that you would shoot your mom because she was on top riding that man, that's cap. A 10-year-old car.
A 10-year-old car that was watching porn and seeing many men's getting on top and many women's getting on top knew all about the shit. You didn't know, nigga. How's that great?
Would be as shocked and aghast and taken aback as I was, because I would venture to say that if you walked in on your mother at 10 years old, that would have been the very first time.
What am I saying right now? I was watching porn at 10 years old. I was jacking off. I was doing all this shit. How the fuck would I not know? How is it I would not know at 10 years old what the fuck was going on? Remember, once again, I'm the youngest of 8. It's 7 of us in this world because one has passed. But I learned. See, one thing my mother and father never did. They stopped a lot of shit. I don't know what they did before I got here, but when I got here, they was in their 40s and shit. They weren't drinking, smoking, hoeing, doing none of that shit. I didn't see it. I hear about some shit, but I don't know about the shit. So like I said, hypothetically, if I'd have walked in my house over there on Davis Street, named after the Davises, and I seen my mama doing some whole shit, I'm a motherfucking man. I'd have tried to kill her ass. But, oh, look, Lord Rodney here, that motherfucker, he was stunned. Because you see the picture, that woman got a little bigger. She probably had a humongous ass because she had weight on her, but she didn't have no badunkadunk. She ain't had that. What's that Project Pat song? That thing is juicy. It was only juicy because the bitch got big, having these little fuck boys and girls around the house. She had children around the house. That's why I shouldn't have been in that room riding dick. But when you got a matriarch of whores, a whore gonna do what a hoe gonna do. You can't let a hoe off the chains and think she ain't gonna do what a hoe do. Can't make a hoe a house. So let's listen some more to look Rodney Carcass. He on his cheese and shit.
You saw real sex in real time.
So once again, what am I professing? I was seeing sex on the VHS at 10 years old. He not saying that. He can't say that. I've been telling my life story of the shit that I done did. I done did a lot of foul shit in this world. You won't get the whole story of the gist of it because I ain't no stupid motherfucker to go write a book about the shit. Like I said, if my mama would have did it, I'd have been on the front motherfucking page. I wouldn't have been writing a book about how I was sitting up there looking at her fuck Mr. whatever his name, and he had a big dick and I got dick envy and all of that. Look at your mama. She scarred your ass for life, but you love the hoe.
But this Monday morning armchair quarterbacking you're doing at damn near 48 years old, trying to convince us what you would do if you had walked in as a 10-year-old boy, you could never know that, my nigga.
You could never know that, my nigga.
Let's face the.
Let's deal with it. Why wouldn't I know that? Because my mother wasn't hoeing when I was born. Maybe she did the shit back in the day. I don't know. I wasn't there. Beyond my grasp. But at 10 years old, you walked in on your mama hoeing and bitching and shit, and you sit up there and watched it and start fantasizing about the hoeing bitch that raised you, that popped you out of pussy. That's why I came out of. Damn, it's juicy, it's hairy. You know, if she was riding, she was busting nuts on the dude, and it was, hey, I know about sex. The bitch got loose. We know about this type of woman today because we hear about it in rap music. She is the prototypic whore. But her young son can't come to grips because when he was a young boy, the hoe fucked around and died. Oh. Shit, and I ain't got no sympathetic about it. My mama died from cancer. What the fuck? That's how people die. They die many different ways. That bitch died from cancer and shit. But we can't blame it on the fact that she was home. It'll break her little son heart.
Facts. Can we have a reality moment? Can we talk a little reality for a moment? You don't know what you would have done at 10 years old. Remember, my nigga, if you walked in on your mother at 10 years old riding, we can venture to say that would have probably been.
It probably wouldn't have did shit. I'd have said, oh shit, mama, what the fuck you doing? That nigga wouldn't have to say, hey, your boy watching us. Because her boy would have been like, mama, what the fuck you in here doing? Right, dick. Or from what I said, she'd have heard bang and her motherfucking ass would have been out right then. Because she would have hurt and devastated her boy who was fully in knowledge of what the fuck she was doing in that room.
First time you've ever really seen sex in real life. But you're going to sit here at damn near 48 years old and try to convince the world that you would have blown your mother's head off simply because she was on top of a man. What kind of stupid shit is that?
Simply because she was on top. No, because she was a aggressive whore in my father's room riding dick. See, you try to make what this whore did simple. Go ask your fucking brothers and sisters if that shit was simple, if how they feel about it. But because you love mother and wanted to fuck mother, you get that bitch a pass. Fuck that bitch. Now, like I told you, I'm a clap back. So I want to hear your clap back. Because you want to have a conversation, but you's a bitch ass nigga and you won't have a conversation with me. Because I call that hoe, that bitch, a bitch and a whore in your motherfucking face. And then you would think about when you went in that room and cried about what that hoe did. But you ain't man enough to fuck with me. You got your glasses on and shit, your robe, eating your cheese and shit.
Don't you have any touch and sense of reality? I told you what happened to me at 10 years old.
See, he finna testify again.
My actions after seeing my mother having sex, dare I say, they were age appropriate?
They was age appropriate. See, me, I've never been age appropriate. I've never been age appropriate because I was born of old ass people and I had older siblings that I was watching and learning from. They was around fucking and making babies when I was born. Shit, I had nieces and nephews my first year in the world. So once again, I never had a false perception of reality. I knew what the fuck it was when I came here. That's why I'm so fucking sensitive and stuff that I have to harden myself so you motherfuckers won't destroy me because I'm on another level. You bitches want to be on my level, but you can't be on my level. I love think about shit different because I just seen life in reality before a lot of you motherfuckers have.
That a 10-year-old boy who sees his mom having sex is probably going to run out the room, probably going to break down and cry and be shaken and afraid and frightened.
Shaken and afraid. That's what happened. That's what his mama did to him, but he won't acknowledge it. He won't tell the world, my mama was in there riding dick and it shook me up and it did this to me and it did that. That's what I said it would have did something to me similar to that. I'd have been trying to blow that motherfucker head off. But my mama wasn't no whore, so that's a hypothetical conversation. People like, oh, he got you with that one. Nigga, I brought up the conversation about his bitch ass mother. I put my mother in there But my mother ain't no bitch. She didn't do the shit. He got a real life bitch whore that did the shit. But ignorant motherfuckers cannot comprehend what took place because he flipped it on them. Well, his real doctor said he would have killed this mother. He's appropriate and all the other shit and get you to buy his story so you will look at me like, damn, Carl, you fucked up. You said you would kill your mother. That's what this motherfucker should have been saying. Even if he didn't do it, he should have said she shook me up, fucked me up and shit. I should have killed that bitch. Let's have a conversation. You ever said that? Nah, because you love that bitch. You wanted to impregnate that bitch with your child.
That's age-appropriate behavior. It is not age-appropriate behavior for Carl to see his mom having sex and to walk out of the room, go into the living room at 10 years old, grab a shotgun, cock it.
That's knowledge appropriate. Because I knew what the fuck was going on. My mama in there fucking a man. Not getting fucked, but fucking a man. Because I didn't watch porn. See, that he never heard me say, well, he never heard me, but I done said it plenty of times. When I was 10 years old, I was watching porn. I got older. My brother had a VCR, only one in the house. I would go in his room, watch porn, the goddamn video, or get stuck in his shit. He got to take it to the shop. They like, you got a porn up in them. And he was a church guy. But I was addicted to porn when I was younger. And watching the shit, I knew what fucking was about.
Come back in and point it at his mother and blow her motherfucking head off. That's cap, my nigga. I mean, I'm glad you're saying it because it shows you how weird and deluded and how fucked up your mind is.
See, this show how weird and deluded his mind is. He's seen the shit and he just it fucked him up to the point where he like, well, shit, I'm down with homosexuality. I'm down with fucking children. I'm down with all the crazy ass shit in the world because my horse ass mother fucked the nigga in my daddy bed.
I'm glad you're saying it. It gives people a chance to see how fucked up you are. But I don't believe there's a 10-year-old boy in the world. Hear me well, my nigga. I don't believe there's a 10-year-old boy in the world who, if he walked in on his mother, his immediate reaction would be to go find the family shotgun and shoot his mama off that man.
You ain't never watched videos on social media where a young boy, his mama was a crackhead. She told him she wasn't gonna smoke crack no more. He seen her ass cracked out. He started whooping her motherfucking ass. Bitch, what the fuck you doing smoking crack? You told me you weren't gonna do this shit no more. But that's a boy that loved hard and loved his mama hard, and she lied to him. And when he seen her, he wanted to hurt her motherfucking ass because she lied to him. But you don't see your mama. You see her in this white dress when she went and married your daddy. Pure matriarch of whores at that time. Because she probably sucked your daddy dick and did everything for him. Back then, that's how she had y'all little brat ass. But at the end of the day, she did it for another nigga. She stepped out of bounds. She violated your father. But you didn't feel the violation because she was an ignorant ass nigga.
Battle, like your bitch Cornetta said, most boys are gonna want to shoot or fight or go at the man.
See? That's why I said I cut her ass off and I ain't talking to her no more. Because she's not capable of seeing what was going on. She said she know about strategy and shit, but she gave this motherfucker the power to do this video. I'm glad she did it. I ain't mad at her. I'm gonna fuck this nigga up today like I would do any day because he didn't want to talk to me about it. He could have dropped the link. He could have made a post, nigga, as so-and-so, I'm gonna talk about it, bring your ass, but he don't do that.
That's banging her mom in her dad's bed. Yeah, I said that's cap, my nigga. Everything you're saying is cap. You at 10 years old grabbing a shotgun and going in the room and killing your mother is cap. And it's not age appropriate behavior. And it's not the response of a 10-year-old boy.
Number one, I'm a Southerner. I'm from Arkansas. That's why it's a gun in the front room with bullets in the motherfucker ready to shoot. And once you know all this shit, you have to control yourself not to go in there, get the motherfucking gun and shoot people. You know how many times I done pulled that rifle on motherfuckers, but I never shot them. But I let them know you don't play with me. You don't come to mama. You back in the days, motherfucker, you tell me, I know where you stay. You can know where I stay, but you better not bring your motherfucking ass to my house playing with me. I'm gonna blow your motherfucking ass off. It's always been my mindset. Y'all hear and see it here and don't understand it. I don't give a fuck if you understand it or not. I will make the front page, put one of you motherfuckers in the ground.
You are so far removed from truth and reality that is almost frightening. It's cap, my nigga. You know why we know it's cap about what you claim you would do to your own mother? It's because you told us that when you were a teenager, older than me, when I was 10, when I saw my mom having sex, you were older. You were 13, 14, 15 years old. You were a teenager. And you let an older teenager bully your monkey ass.
Now you see, this is where he took a story I told. He ain't telling it right though. I don't care. You can say an older boy bullied me, but watch, he gonna hear the other part because he ain't never heard the other part. See, people listen to me, but they never listen to me. They take what they want and try to use it against me. But I told y'all the other day, I clap back. I clap back. If you want to talk, we can talk, but nobody wants to talk to me. Couple people come over, they talk to me, they say, that motherfucker there, he's a little smarter than we think. I'm gonna quit fucking with him. I'm gonna go on my wall and talk shit about him. And this, I ain't talking to him no more. Then they say shit because this is dedicated also to Raven X, who said he walked in on his mother getting fucked by a stranger, not his father. Raven X, this is for your mother too. If I knew about the bitch, I have her ass up here too. Thanks to her son Camel, because he started this mama shit. And he made me cold-hearted. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all mamas. You know why? Because mine's dead and gone. I told you bitch-ass niggas, you can't hurt her, you can't hurt me. But seem like you motherfuckers getting y'all emotions when motherfucker put this bitch on Front Street like this. I'm calling if my mama did the shit, my mama be a hoe, my mama be a bitch, and be everything else. You wouldn't do shit, nigga. Get the fuck out my chat. Ban. We ain't friends. Cause she's a bitch ass nigga over there playing shit. I seen a little video when you talking shit about my mama too. You could bring I stay in Park in Arkansas, nigga. You could feel whatever now and bring your ass from Florida. I'll put your ass in the ground. You'll go meet that bitch ass mama you got. You feeling some kind of way? You ain't gonna be talking in my chat. You feeling some kind of way? I'll drop the link so you can bring your bitch ass in here and I'll tell it to your motherfucking face, nigga. Now, you feeling froggish? Jump, bitch.
You want us to believe that if you were a little 10-year-old boy.
See, number one, you fucked that story up because people never heard that story. So you try to make me look like some nigga bullied me and shit. No, me and that motherfucker was fighting because he misunderstood or like the people in parking do. They was telling that bitch ass nigga, nothing against the guy, but they was telling him that I was talking about him and fucking with him and doing the same shit you let motherfuckers do to you here on YouTube, where you think you want to fuck with me, but then when you get to fucking with me, I shit on your ass and look at the smile on his face.
As Khalil Amani was, you would have had the balls to go in there and shoot your mom for riding them.
So now, let me finish the story. So a Wednesday night, a church night, 2 houses down, it's a church. That motherfucker was on the highway because there's 2 ways to my house, on the highway and by the middle school. I was walking on the highway. I seen the motherfucker headed towards my house. So I went the middle school way. And he thought I was still coming on the highway. And when he looked around, guess what he was looking at? Nigga, if you don't get your motherfucking ass from over here off Davis Street chasing up behind me, I put your motherfucking ass in the ground. And when he came, when he was doing the shit, church was letting out. People was coming out the church like, Carl, what the fuck you doing? I'm finna blow this motherfucker away if he keeps stalking me and fucking with me. And that was the last time he came on Davis Street fucking with me. But you ain't heard that story. I ain't got no problem telling.
Not only that, no 10-year-old boy has the disposition and the forethought and the cognition and the introspection to look at who's on top and who's on bottom and have a moment of clarity as to who is doing, who is getting sexed and who.
Because most 10-year-olds are not me. Like I said, I was already watching the movies. I was already aware. I told you, my brain has been a super computer since I was young. Motherfuckers used to take me and do tests on me and shit. They said, this motherfucker here got an IQ higher than all the teachers. Why the fuck is he not doing this and doing that? Because they weren't trying to teach me the way that I learned. Which y'all see, I got a fucked up mindset and brain and shit. I got to impute shit or put it in my brain a certain way or my fucking brain don't work right. Now I done had a stroke. It's even worse, but that's what it is. So at 10 years old, I knew what was going on. I knew how to react. Motherfucker said, if a guy walk up to you and tell you to do this and do that, and he finna take your ass off somewhere and kill you and shit. White boy riding through town the other day. I'm going somewhere. You want to ride? Motherfucker, I don't know you. I don't want to ride with you. You not finna drive off and kill me and shit. I'm not even taking the opportunity. But I supposed to be an ignorant ass dude, and he's supposed to be Professor X and shit. Nah, nigga. You didn't take care of that bitch when she was doing what a bitch do.
Being sexed. I said, you talking from the point of view of a damn near 48-year-old man. Like what 10-year-old boy walking
in, listen to him. This is what happened to him. He's telling his story because he's trying to address me, but nobody is listening to that. They listen to him talk to me, but he's talking about himself. Listen.
The room and see his mama on top of the man and has a moment of clarity. A 10-year-old boy has a moment of clarification, has a moment of introspection where he
now you talking as a 60-year-old about what happened to you at 10 years old. And you still ain't had a moment of clarity that my mama was a bitch. She was a whore in there doing what a bitch and a whore doing. And I sit up and watched it. Where's your moment of clarity? You 60-something and you still can't clarify what happened? I helped you.
He deuces and he.
That nigga was like, wait till mama see my dick. Though it's smaller than Mr. Robinson. I'm gonna introduce her to this motherfucker.
Extrapolates that his mother is in control because the man is on the bottom and mama is on the top.
If he had an ass doggy style, he was in control. He wasn't looking her in the face, trying to kiss her and make love to her. He was in there raw dogging her ass and getting his. But your mama didn't even submit to that. She wasn't the submissive type. She was the aggressive type that rode dick. Yes or no? Next video you do, answer that question then. At 60-something years old, if you laying on your bed and your wife rides you, who is the aggressor at that moment? Because I'm in the submitting in bed or whatever and letting her do what she want to do. Get your rocks off, shit. Women know what they want when they get on top and riding the shit. They know how deep they want it. They know how fast they want it. They know all this shit. And that's what your mama did. She knew what she wanted.
A 10-year-old boy who can think in that type of abstraction, especially it being the first time he's ever seen real sex in real.
You see how he keeps saying real sex? Because you hear me saying I was watching porn already. So what a real sex come in? Huh? Real sex. He's like, I seen real sex.
Time having those kind of introspective moments. That motherfucker's a genius kid. And we know you was a.
Did you hear what he said I was? I was a genius kid. But see, people know me now. I'll be like, I can't read, I can't do all this shit because they was testing me and I was drawing smiley face on the test and shit. I wasn't letting them know what was in my head. I closed this motherfucker up. Didn't take shit in and didn't put shit out. It fucked me up. But this is what happened when you a genius child. The motherfuckers see you a genius, they start running tests on your ass, boy. Hey, so
you was not a genius. We know you rode that short yellow bus.
So see how he's trying to say I wasn't a genius and shit, but obviously I was. Same way when I came up with Hebrew Israelite, we shouldn't be dealing with it, and he thought this nigga stupid. He don't know what the fuck he talk. Then he went and did some research, came up with the understanding that you shouldn't fuck with it. He said Carl is right. It took him time to understand that. Why? Because he went into a cult where nigga was fucking his bitch and about to fuck his daughters and shit. And they wasn't nothing but grandbabies of a harlot already. He probably would have fucked them. Yahweh been Yahweh.
No, you were in some of those classes for those children that wore those helmets on their head. You were slow, my nigga. But my God, your cap is insane. This is the first time little Carly Carl sees real sex in real time. And he's gonna look at his mother on top, and he's gonna have all this clarification and moments of introspection and understand the sexual dynamic and who's in charge and who's being fucked and who's getting fucked. And okay, now I'm going to get the shotgun at 10 years old. Yeah, right, my nigga. You cap, my nigga, you cap. Again, this is little Carly Carl's first time seeing sex. And he has these kinds of thoughts and ideals that his mother should pay the ultimate price, her life, because she was not in the recumbent position laying down on her back. You mean little Carly Carl understood that being on top meant that you were in the prone position
You was in a dominant position. Little Carly Carr had been watching porn. I know who's the aggressor. You ain't gotta believe it. You can make up lies and say he was in the small bus and everything, but this hip hop mogul knew what the fuck he was talking about.
And you were in the position of power? He understood that at 10? Wow. Wow. But the nigga can't spell hallelujah. The nigga 48 years old can't spell hallelujah. But at 10 years old, walking in and seeing sex for the first time, he would have all these moments of clarity.
Let's take a pause. Now, as I like to tell my father, because my father believed that you just grow up learning shit. I'm like, what did you teach me, Dad? I called him Albert, not Daddy, but I try to give him his honor and respect call. But what did you teach me, Albert? You ain't taught me shit. So when you know what I know? Shit. What you taught me? Nothing. That's how ignorant ass black people do. Right? So when I went to school, was they teaching me the proper way in the way that I needed to learn? I went to a little town school where it was people from the town that worked there. They hate the shit out my mama. Because my mama used to get dressed on them and shit. My mama wasn't in the house being no hoe in my daddy bed though. Never heard about that. Never seen that. But Khalil can't say that. Them Clarks can't say that. They said my mama was sucking. We gonna get to that shit. Mama was in there sucking dick before she was riding dick and doing everything else to the dick. Mr. Robinson. Like I said, the nigga got envy and jealous because Mr. Robert had a big dick and he was a little boy. He didn't even understand. Grown folks got grown dicks. Your dick ain't grown, nigga. But he was in the tub masturbating, thinking about the bitch he seen in there riding dick, aka mama that was in there riding dick. Now, is this not a fucked up individual that's been chasing me for 11 years wanting to talk to me? Start talking shit about my mama. I went and got the shit Michael Evans pulled out on his ass, and this is what we got today. Raven X, you still around? I ain't seen your ass pop up and threaten my life. You put my mama up there, I would have did this and that. You better keep that bitch off YouTube then. Put a picture of something up of her. I bet you I'll clown that bitch. Just so you come to parking and kill me. Or get your motherfucking ass killed. So you want to play the game? Hit the button and come on in, bitch ass nigga. Let's play the game. You already talk shit about my mama, so you done gave me the green light. You better have that bitch, because if I find that bitch, I'm going to run that bitch through the mud just like this bitch.
He would say and deduce through introspection that his mother must die. And that the man who's violating his father's pride and joy, you can leave. Go ahead and put your skivvies on. Go ahead and put your tighty whities on.
No, because see, what's going on is here, once again, I'm getting the aggressor. I'm getting the one that has offended me. And at 10 years old, do I know how to discern who's this, that, and that? He's saying I couldn't do that. I'm saying I could do that, and I would have made a decision based off a 10-year-old mindset. But at 63, he trying to judge me, but he has to look back at 10 years old and what that bitch did to his brain and fucked him up.
Go ahead and put your boxer shorts on, your socks, sir, and get on out the house. Says a 10-year-old Carl.
See, but dealing with this hypothetical, he should have been fucking the man up. The nigga with the big dick that he was envying, because that big dick, mama was riding and having pleasure on it and everything, and he wanted to do that to mama. but he didn't have a big dick like old boy. Dick envy and shit.
But again, Carl, we know it's cap. We know it's cap and we know it's lies because a few years later, when you were in your teens, 13, 14, 15, 16, you told us the story that an older nigga, teenage boy, was your bully. So let me get this straight.
So you done heard the bully story now, right? Wednesday night, church was let. Now, motherfucker see me pointing that thing at him and asking him what's going on. This motherfucker trying to chase me around parking and bully me and do some shit, and I ain't with it. And if he keep coming over here on Davis Street, his ass gonna be laying in that road. And the church folks talked me down from shooting that motherfucker that night. But those that went there know that I ain't lying, that I was gonna shoot the motherfucker. That's why we had the shotguns in the front room. So just the name, the Cribs, Chris Crib, this, that. I mean, all kind of shit. It is personal. Where you from? I done seen you before. Shit's personal. Motherfuckers been coming at me, trying to run my mama name through the mud. You see that bitch there? Nobody talks about that bitch. She literally set up and rolled a nigga dick, disrespect the house, the children, everything. But I guess she's a queen to be. Anyway, where you from? Trying to remember where you from. What's his name? Up in Milwaukee. Battle Truth. Me and you got in it over there at Battle Truth. Yeah, shit real personal with me. I stay personal. When motherfuckers all up in my business, I get all up in they shit. Fully loaded, ready to blow a motherfucker ass off. But I ain't supposed to know this at 10 years old. Cause cars supposed to be slow. That's why I tell you, you fucking with the wrong one. Just because I don't execute what goes on in this head, don't mean that it don't goes on in this head. Okay, so who is this? Raven X? You can go open up your shit. I'll tell your motherfucking ass out on your channel and give you everything you need to bring your ass to parking so I can kill you or you kill me. Kill or be killed. You want to play the game? I know you ain't gonna hit no motherfucking link. You's a bitch ass nigga. Talking about what you gonna do and you won't even do the shit that takes to do the shit.
You would have shot your mother at 10, but a nigga that made you go in the bedroom and sit down on the bed and watch adult content while you all did things to each other and to yourself. You
see, he got to tell y'all that because y'all weak, man, and he got to follow his story. But you don't realize what I made him do. He reliving that 10-year-old boy. That's why he talked about I went in the room and seen my mom and watch. He gonna get to talking even more personal because he gonna try to put it on me. Remember, my mama ain't no whore. I'm talking about my mama hypothetically as if she's this bitch. So he can deal with that bitch, but he don't want to deal with her. He loved his mother because his daddy used to kick that bitch ass, knock her motherfucking teeth out, and do all kind of shit. So when he seen Mr. Robert fucking that motherfucker, he said on him, it wasn't right, but I can understand. Daddy kicked her ass in Germany and shit. She should have been fucking all kind of men. Give that bitch a right to sing.
couldn't stop him from doing that. Got it, yeah. Right. Right, my nigga. I said right, my nigga. You would have had the forethought, foreknowledge, the introspection. You could have walked in on your mom and deconstructed at 10 years old. Surveyed the bed and came to the grand conclusion that Medea got to go, but the man can get on up and put on his drawers and leave. You want us to believe in your Monday morning armchair quarterbacking that if you were faced with the same situation as Khalil Amani, you would not bitched out. You would not have done age appropriate shit like run out the room crying like I did. You would have been more of a man at 10 years old than I was. You would have gone in the house, in the living room, and got the family shotgun and came in there and said, Mama, Mama, you got to die. You got to die. Wait,
girl, wait. See, this how you win stupid ass people over. This how you win stupid ass people over, because they listening to a story and it's supposed to be about me. But I'm throwing a hypothetical out there. That's the nigga that sit up and watch his mama get fucked with a big long black dick coming all on the dick and doing everything else a hoe do. Especially when they ain't doing it to their husband.
And you would have shot your mama's head off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right, my nigga. Again, the one thing that fucks all your shit up, my nigga, is that you don't have context. You want everybody listening to the sound of your voice to believe you'd have been more of a man than little Lloyd, little Khalil Amani. That you would not have ran out of that room crying, that you would have walked out the room as a fucking 10-year-old man and went and got the family shotgun and came back in there and did your mother dirty.
Who believed that I wouldn't do that at 10 years old? I was telling y'all what I was doing at 10. At 10, I thought I was a grown ass man. My mama sent me to Arkansas, so I wouldn't grow up in Cabrini Green gang banging and shit. I came to Arkansas, and Arkansas was not a place for a boy to grow up the way my father allowed me to grow up. When I came into the house, he said, it's a grocery bill up there. You can get something to eat, and the door is open all the time. You can come in when you want to. And I fucked around, went to a football game, and I didn't come home that night. My father was working, and I got a taste of the nightlife. And I had older cousins and shit around. I did whatever the fuck I wanted to do. And I knew a lot of shit to do. I was different than any other niggas. I was in the motherfucking strip clubs before anybody, all this type of shit. That's the way I grew up. Because I didn't have nobody to whoop my ass and tell me what to do. I did what the fuck I wanted to do. That's why you hear me, all that nigga prideful and shit, because I've always did what the fuck I wanted to do. And couldn't a nigga tell me shit, threaten my life or do nothing. You want me to stop it? Whoop my motherfucking ass. And niggas couldn't whoop my ass because I was cock strong. Niggas talking shit and everything. Coaches heard them. They said, why you don't whoop his ass? The motherfucker like, whoop his ass? No, we can't do that. We can't fuck with that nigga. I ain't no joke.
Because she was on top.
Because if it was my mother, I would have realized my mother was a bitch doing dirty shit. That's why I did the dirty. But you still ain't realized that your mother was doing dirty shit, and you would dare not call her a bitch or whore or none of that. But I understand it's your mother. You do what you want to do with the bitch and the whore. That's how I call her.
Is that what you want us to believe? That's some wild shit, boy. That's some wild shit. You remind me of Gorilla Hebrew. Because Gorilla Hebrew, I think his mama's white, his daddy's black. And they asked him if Yahweh said.
Now you got to shit on conscious community people, Gorilla Hebrew and shit. When Gorilla Hebrew shared that shit, who was talking shit about it. I can go get the videos. They still up here. Now, he just want to kill his mama because he was white. No, you should have killed your motherfucking daddy because he fucked a white woman. And she had your bitch ass. But that's guerrilla Hebrew. That's that Hebrew Israelite shit. People hear me say I don't fuck with Hebrew Israelite shit, but the COINTELPRO motherfucker always trying to put Hebrew Israelite on me. But like I said, he been found out that I don't fuck with Hebrew Israelite, and he wanted to do this and that. I just did a video a couple Sabbaths a day showing information that he put out there. I beat that shit up with just born again. When you born again, you become a new creature. So whatever the fuck your mother and father was, when you born a God and a spiritual being and shit, you don't fuck with that no more. I'm well aware of the shit that I talk about.
If God said, you know, kill all the white people, would he kill his mama? You say, yeah, I have to kill her.
See, you want to put me with a Hebrew Israelite. If my mama was white, I wouldn't kill her because she white. But if she was in the room riding a nigga dick and I walked in there and she disrespected the house, my father, me, and everything else, our whole fucking family, because she carried the same fucking last name as me, I did it.
You need.
But see, I didn't have a mama like that. He had a mother like that. And he wouldn't kill the bitch, say the shit, didn't even get a... My daddy used to kick her motherfucking ass. You'd have told her that bitch was in that room riding dick, he probably would have murdered that motherfucker that day. You probably wouldn't have had to wait for her ass to die of cancer. You wouldn't have had to wait for her ass to rot away in that bed and all that shit. Papa would have went in there and ended that bitch life. But he loved that bitch. He wanted to fuck that bitch. Who want to fuck their mama? That ain't 10-year-old appropriation of what you do to your mama. Anybody agree with that? You wanted to fuck your mama? Who wanted to fuck their mama? Say something in the chat. Talk to me. But he won't to play the hypothetical out, but he won't talk to me about this shit. See, he want to say, I won't talk to him because he'll do this and he'll do that. But he been on shows with me. I got quiet. I said I won. The nigga got mad and started jumping on people and shit. The queen know the shit, but she had to acknowledge this type of shit. But see, I can't teach her this type of shit. I just have to cut myself away from her. Because if I don't cut myself away from him, I'll be dropping jewels. He'll be misleading y'all with the jewels I drop, and she'll never understand shit.
It's weird. You Hebrew Israelites, y'all something else. Oh, Gorilla Hebrew said he'd kill his white mama because he's a Hebrew Israelite. Israel doctor said he'd kill his black mama because she was on top. You Hebrew Israelite niggas are something else.
See how he trying to make me a Hebrew Israelite? He know the same way I'm saying I killed my mama. I said the same shit about Henry Bowie and everybody. I don't listen to them because they teach they Hebrew Israelites. If I was just a fucking follower, I would have followed the shit. But am I just a fucking follower? No. That same smart boy that would have realized what was going on when his mama was riding dick, it's the same one that realized what's going on when niggas out here talking Hebrew Israelite shit. It's just a principle.
I'm just talking my talk, y'all. Please that word, put some headphones on, you know. Let me shoot my shit. I'm just talking my talk. But this is the same nigga that later on he wants to tell us that I'll watch my mama take her last breath. Shut up, nigga. You could never tell that story no more. Now that you've told us that
you see how he being a badass saying I can't even I watched my mama take her last breath. It's something that most people never see. They never see people take their last breath. I just happened to see my mama. Why? Because I was her caretaker. I took care of my mama. His bitch ass mama laid up in the bed and rotting away, and they took that bitch and put it in the ground. He didn't take care of that bitch. His daddy didn't take care of her because she was out there fucking other niggas and shit. See? He won't have this conversation with me. He's sitting back probably listening. Probably one of the many people that came through here and shit. He afraid to have a conversation. Because he will listen and hear me calling his mama what his mama was doing. What's the shame in that? Ain't no shame in my game. I'm that same boy that used to pull his pants down and tell a motherfucker kiss my ass. Ain't no shame in my game to do what I do. Only person I gotta be lenient of is make sure I don't do or say the wrong thing to the Lord God of Israel. But fuck, man.
10 years old, you would have unalived your mom simply because she was on top. I mean, you don't think that maybe before you came in the room, maybe your mom was on the bottom? You don't think that the man need to go?
You hear his excuses? Before I came in the room, my mama was on the bottom. The nigga was fucking my mama. But it got so good that she threw the nigga down on the bed and said, nigga, I want it at this speed, at this depth, and everything else when you get on top. How do he know that? Because I done had sex before. I done seen sex before. I comprehend. He's 60-some years old. He should comprehend. But I doubt if Lord Rodney Clark comprehends.
Maybe that was the only position they were doing. You don't think that before you came in the room, your mama was on her hands and knees, you know?
You don't think that Lord Rodney Clark had Miss Clark on her hands and knees? See, he trying to put the shit on my mama. I didn't walk in the room and see my mama riding a nigga dick. His reality is, though, which he didn't cut it off because it fucked him up. His mama was in that room riding that dick, but she probably was in another position before he walked in the room and seen a bitch riding a dick. See, he dealing with his reality, but he not dealing with it. Carl ain't running. When have you heard me run from reality? I put a hypothetical out there and I ain't run from the hypothetical. But I'm scared.
Hands up and face down, doggy style. You don't think maybe she was in that position? You don't think before you came in the room that man had your mama playing ghetto gaggers, you know, had his thing?
Now, he's trying to put his hypothetical on my mama, but he's talking about his mama. See how crazy I done made this motherfucker? He been following me around YouTube. I've been fucking him up for 11 years. Nigga, get your homosexual ass up from behind me. Leave me the fuck alone. I even told him, look, he like to say, well, you gonna hear him. He gonna say, well, I'm doing this shit for her son because you was on his ass every day and doing all this shit to her son. I'm just getting your ass back, right? He said her son asked for peace for me to stop, and I didn't stop. I asked this motherfucker, leave me the fuck alone, Khalil. I want to stop. Leave me alone. I asked for what I wanted. You think that bitch ass nigga that stop? You hear him, don't you? This nigga done double down, triple down. My mama this, my mama that. That's why I'm dragging this bitch.
Down her throat, touching her goddamn ass. Had your mama foaming at the mouth and spitting. You don't think those things went on? You're convinced that your mother got to die because you just have.
See, he put his thoughts on me. This is the shit he had to deal with. Well, before she was riding that dick, what was she doing in that dick? She was Nicki Minaj and blah, blah, blah. That wet ass pussy and shit. Yeah, Miss Clark had some wet ass pussy. Her son, I know, because he was sitting up there watching it drip, drip, drip.
To walk in on the part where she was on top. You don't think that maybe before you walked in there, he was pulling her hair, spanking her ass, and calling her his bitch? You don't think before you walked in the room that man had your mama saying that his dick was bigger and better than your daddy's?
See, he trying to put it on me, but he got to deal. You got to think of this shit before you speak of this shit. In my hypothetical, it's my mama, so he feel comfortable speaking on the shit. He feel very comfortable, not knowing that I just sent the shit to his brothers and sisters. They gonna be listening to this shit. You said mama was gagging off dick and all that shit before you walked in the room and seen her aggressively riding dick and shit. Khalil, what the fuck is wrong with you? Mama fucked him up. That's how he ended up in Yahweh being Yahweh shit. Cause daddy kicked mama ass and shit. Y'all got a very fucked up family. And it seemed like it's running through that motherfucker. Cause like I said, I seen the granddaughters, I seen that shit. I seen her eldest brother, daughter, granddaughter, or whatever. She look, y'all got her running around and shit like she a bitch. She ain't nothing but a young ass girl. Y'all tricking little motherfuckers out and shit. What the fuck are y'all doing in that Clark family? Homosexual people and all of that. You motherfuckers is crazy. Question is, was that man dick bigger and better than your daddy's? Because you seen it. You probably ain't never seen your daddy dick, but you seen that nigga dick while your mama was riding it, didn't you? See? You want to make fun of me and you got stupid motherfuckers watching you and your parodies and shit. But it's all good.
I mean, you walked in on the part where she just happened to be on top. Just like when I was 10 years old, I walked in on that part.
See, you just happened to walk in. No, you just happened to walk in. Get back to you. You realizing that you're dealing with it. You should thank me. You should come over here in this chat right now and say, thank you, Carl, for making me accept what my bitch ass, hoe ass mother did. I tell you, you welcome.
Sure, before I got there, they were in other positions. I mean, you don't think, Carl, that before you walked in that room, your mom might have been on her back and that man might have had her legs and her knees touching her goddamn earlobes? You just walked in on the part where she's on top. So you're going to kill your mom because you just happened to walk in on the...
No, Lord Rodney Clark, you just happened to walk in on that woman you call mother that was doing some hoish bitch ass shit, and you couldn't deal with it. So you after you watched for 5 minutes or whatever length of time you watched, you didn't tell us how long you watched. I thought you was a writer that go into great details and tell all the shit you didn't tell us about all this shit. You told us how you went in the tub and put soap on your dick and jacked off like, I want to fuck mom. She fucked you up, man. You need to go see a psychiatrist, but you don't go see a psychiatrist for that and that coach you was in and all that other shit. You just want to do you a movie and shit. You need to put this book out so the whole world can go, you can make some money. They want to read about how your mama was a home and all that shit and you're afraid to see it. Would have been the first word in my book. Bitch was riding dick. I'd have said it would have had to be my first word because I'm explaining what's going on. And I'd have let you know what was going on in me. That this bitch violated.
Part where she's on.
You see how he's smiling? And he's turning the conversation that is my mother, but his mother was the literal one doing it. I hypothetically said, if I walked in on my mother doing what your mother was doing, then this is what I would have done. And see what it did to him? He's smiling and shit because he had a whore and a bitch that was doing what a whore and a bitch do. And he's proud of it. That's why his daughters is no more than his mothers. He'll fuck his daughters. He'll do whatever the fuck he want to do because Yahweh ben Yahweh fucked his mom up after his mama died with breast cancer.
Top. Never thinking that maybe, I mean, you got all this, ideological, Monday morning armchair quarterback deconstruction, what you would have done, but you ain't saying nothing about the fact that there's a high probability that there were some other sex positions that went down before you got in the room.
Now, remember, my mama wasn't doing the shit. His mother was doing the shit. He's dealing with his reality. That's why he needs to come over here and thank me. Raven X bitch ass over here and crying. He needs some counseling and shit too, because he walked in on his mama fucking another nigga. You don't believe me? I interviewed the nigga. We was talking this shit. I could go get the audio where he said this shit. I'm that type of guy. So you saying there was some high probability that your mother had her throat on his dick, sucking it, and he was hitting her from the back and doing other shit before you walked in the room and seen your aggressive mother on his dick. Is that what you saying? Because it's hypothetical with me, but we know it literally happened to you. What do you say, Mr. Clark? Why don't you tell us, Mr. Clark, Mr. Batman? What? Come on. Look at his face.
That according to your logic would mean that you probably should shoot both of them. You don't think that before you got in the room, your mother might have been on the side of the bed on her hands and knees?
See, he asking me the question, but he really asking himself. Who agreed that I fucked him up, though? I mean, I don't like this shit, but I tell him, leave me the fuck alone, because I clap back. You clapping me, I clap back. You threaten me, I ain't gonna threaten you. I'm gonna ask you to bring your ass on and fulfill your threat so I can get your motherfucking ass. I ain't got money to go to Florida and all this other shit and chase you hoe ass niggas around America. Because you hoe ass niggas, you gonna run. But you can set a time and date, meet me in the middle of motherfucking parking at such and such time and date, and nigga, we might be out there at the OK Corral, but y'all ain't about that shit. Y'all talk that shit because y'all in the city and all of that, but you ain't gonna fuck with me. I ain't scared. Since 96, my life has been kill or be killed. I've been plotting, planning how to fuck all you niggas up. When I came on YouTube, all my shit was established already. I had a bank account in Israel Doctrine name. I had a company. I had all the shit that I got now. This year is gonna be a renewal. I'm gonna have that opening party. I'm gonna do all the shit that I didn't do the first time because I know now. I've been out here doing shit. I don't just talk about shit, I do shit. But certain shit I don't do. It ain't me. It ain't natural.
While he hoovered over here with his phallus, I'm just saying. You don't think before you got in the room and saw your mom on top that this man was behind her, had her legs jacked all up, and was carrying your mama up? I'm just saying. I mean, since you have so much introspection and so much, didactic understanding of the situation, how come you don't think about that? You say your mom got to die, but the man ain't got, but because your 10-year-old mind didn't even have a clue or thought that maybe, just maybe, 10 minutes ago, before I entered the room, maybe the man was on top.
See, his mind had to deal with all that at 10 years old. And for 50-some years he didn't have to think about. She probably was gagging from that dick and everything else before he walked in the room. Thanks for that info. Yeah, because I know about dick sucking. I had mine sucked one time. She slobbed too much. I ain't like the shit. I don't go around hollering suck my dick to males or females. I tell motherfucker kiss my ass though, but no, I'm not sitting up thinking about no woman slobbing all on the nigga dick. You need a lot of lubricant if you sucking dick. And Miss Clark probably gave a lot of lubricant to Mr. Rogers while she was in that room with that motherfucker being so aggressive.
But you got all of this, again, you got all of this 48-year-old Monday morning armchair quarterbacking about what you would have done as a 10-year-old if you walked in on your mom, but you ain't said shit about the fact that there's a great probability that wasn't the only position that my mama was in. There's a great
See, he's saying me, but he had to say it in a way that it's registering with him. That's probably the only more than the only position my mama was in. Did you hear him? Let's rewind. See, his mind wants to go at me, but it's fucking him up.
Would mean that you probably should shoot both of them. You don't think that before you got in the room, your mother might have been on the side of the bed on her hands and knees while he hoovered over here with his phallus? I'm just saying. You don't think before you got in the room and saw your mom on top that this man was behind her, had her legs jacked all up, and was tearing your mama up? I'm just saying. I mean, since you have so much introspection and so much, didactic understanding of the situation, how come you don't think about that?
Yeah, y'all see it said, I want y'all to see him. Let's see. What we do like this. Boom. You see him over there on the left, the right. That nigga fucked up, boy. He talking about his mama, and he never thought he would be addressing the fact that his mama was doing all that shit. I'm glad I got this motherfucker stopped. As you can see, this is from a earlier show that I was doing. Let me show y'all that since I'm showing shit, because I don't want to fuck around, play the video, get flagged or whatever. See, Lord Rodney Clark, Israel Doctrine. It's my page. I created it just to shit on them and do all this shit that I got to do to the Clarks, aka Amanis, if this nigga keep fucking with me. So let's cover this up and get back to the show.
You say your mom got to die, but the man ain't got, because your 10-year-old mind didn't even have a clue or thought that maybe, just maybe, 10 minutes ago, before I entered the room, maybe the man was on top.
See, his mind had to deal with all that at 10 years old. And for 50-some years, he didn't have to think about. She probably was gagging from that dick and everything else before he walked in the room. Thanks for that info.
But you got all of this, again, you got all of this 48-year-old Monday morning armchair quarterbacking about what you would have done as a 10-year-old if you walked in on your mom, but you ain't said shit about the fact that there's a great probability that wasn't the only position that my mama was in. There's a great possibility and probability.
That's how he played it in his mind. He's like, well, mama was the aggressor, But before that, he probably was the aggressor there doing my mama wrong, gaggling her tonsils and shit with his dick and everything else. See, he had to play that in his mind for 50 some years. But my hypothetical allowed him to play it out. You're welcome, Khalil. I'll be your therapist. Little Carly Carl will be your therapist. Let's go on with the show.
That before my mama was on top, he was on top. There was a great probability that my mama was in there playing ghetto gaggers and playing battleship where he lay down and she blew him to smithereens.
Miss Clark.
That never crosses your mind that they could have been having other positions beside that one. So even though before you came in the room, this man had your mother every which way but loose. But because you didn't see that, little Carly Carl, you kill your mom and you tell homeboy, put your drawers on and get out the house. Because you didn't see how bad he did your mama before you bust in the room. Got it. Just like little Khalil Amani.
Just like little Khalil Amani, because that's what the conversation really about. Little Khalil Amani. But since I put a hypothetical that if my mama did it, what I would have did, he busting a nut about his own mama. He ready to fuck her again. Dig that bitch up and fuck her again. Because he didn't get to fuck her. He didn't tell us about how he fucked his mom. So he didn't get to fuck her. So he's still having wet dreams. Probably fucking that big ass woman thinking she is mama because she big like his mama. Fucking her daughter, doing all this other shit. Just fucking all the whores under the matriarch.
Lloyd Clark, I didn't see how bad Mr. Robert did my mama before I came in the room. In hindsight, I'm pretty sure that the position I saw my mother in wasn't the first position. I'm pretty sure Mr. Robert had been on top and side and back and all kind of stuff before I arrived. And so I say that to say this.
You didn't think about your mama tonsils being on his dick head and all that. You couldn't think of that, right? You were saying about my mother, but you couldn't think of it about your mother. See, cap. It's all cap, Khalil.
A motherfucking fool for only shooting your mother because you walked in at that particular part of the sex act. It merely shows that you're capping.
It's all cap.
That you're capping. All right, y'all. I'm about done with this bum ass nigga. This nigga hasn't accomplished a damn thing in his life. He's been a bum, a vagrant in his mama's house, a fucking homesteader. He's a real live Hebrew wanderer. This nigga crossed the boundary. He's an old cross the boundary ass nigga. He crossed the boundary and went in and became a vagrant in his mama's house. He saw his mama as a lick. I said, this nigga moved in on his mama when she fell ill. He ain't nothing but a gypsy, a motherfucking freebooter. He's a squatter. That's
now. I have a good relationship with my brothers and sisters because we don't talk about that period. They know not to talk about that shit with me. I did what they couldn't do. He don't know that story. He has no idea what went on in the Davis household with the death of Mrs. Davis. I ain't wrote no book on it yet.
All he did, he squatted on his mother's house and waited for that woman to die.
My siblings know better, and my neighbors know better. Everybody that knows me knows what went on. But see, you don't know me, and all you want to do is try to shit up my name. Nice job.
This nigga is a rogue and a renegade, a fucking beggar, a tramp, a drifter, a nomad, a wayfarer.
Now, one question. Whoever been on YouTube, because I've been here a long time, when have you ever seen me begging anybody for money on here? Once again, do I put this banner up? I could. Send me some money. They do that in the MO3 and the beef sector and all that shit. I don't do that. I shit on people for fun. It's just shit I like to do. I really like talking Bible, but niggas scared to show that they don't know Bible, but they want to talk Bible. This nigga tried to attack me on the Trinity. Trinity in the Bible is the word in the Bible. The concept that y'all lied and made up is in the Bible. But ain't no such thing as Trinity. Any theologian knows this. But he took that conversation and ran with it. He won't talk to me about shit. Because I'd rather beat your motherfucking ass and this shit be over with, but you can't be the nigga ass that's running. I'm a badass man. Tell your friends in the MO3 and beef sector and everything. The motherfuckers know about me, conscious community, any motherfucking where over YouTube. They all know about me, the YouTube street king.
This nigga is a vagabond, a roamer, and a transient. This nigga was a migrant who found his mama's house to be a way station. He's an itinerant, a motherfucking traveler. This nigga is a beachcomber. He's a beachcomber. At AT&T, we know enough. This nigga here. Yeah. This nigga is a rolling stone. And we know that because when his mama's house went paid taxes, he got up out of here. I said this nigga's a rolling stone. He's what they call a knockabout. An overlander. A derelict. The nigga is down and out. He's a drifter. This nigga is migratory. This nigga has no fixed address or abode. And so his mama left him a nice little house. And the nigga walked away from it once the taxes were due and once the roof caved in the back and he needed to fix the front gate and clean up the yard. And
now, see this story that he making up about me? His wife got a brother was in the situation. So he know very well what goes on and how to talk about it. It's not my situation, but he got fucked up family members and he talking about it through their experience and trying to make me them. I told my wife, don't help him. That's her brother. The motherfucker need help. Don't help him. Let the whoever house that was before that just go in debt and all that. I mean, that's what people do to their family. White folks don't do it. Mexicans don't do it. Other people don't do it. But the black man in America get all high and mighty and shit, and he better than the other black man. I ain't helping that nigga. I'm gonna let his life go bad. I paid taxes on that house. Could have got rid of the house and got some money. I sold it to a brother to go get a wife. Got fucked out of it, but hey, that's just the truth of it. Once again, I don't run from my truth. I can tell you anything about me that I want to tell you about me. I took care of my mother once again. He let that bitch that he called a mother and them siblings and shit, he let that bitch draw up in the motherfucking hospital, and they took her ass to the motherfucking 6 feet under club. Didn't happen to my mother. I took care of my mother. But hey, he want to talk shit about my mother. I'm still shitting on his.
One YouTuber says he went by Israel Doctor house and the house smelled like straight dog shit. Nigga had wild dogs and coyotes and shit living in the house.
Now, he wasn't even around when the YouTuber said that. LeRon G conscious. Y'all just been around. Y'all know about LeRon G. He's still probably active and stuff. He came to pick me up for a debate. When you got dogs in the house, who got dogs in their house? It's dogs in the house. What, you're not in the house or anything in the house not going to smell like dogs? You think I'm going to pick a dog up and put it in my tub and wash it and all that? The tub that I wash my ass in and shit? So like I said, it's simple shit. You can try to make me look bad, but I ain't going to look bad. I'll tell you all about it. What you want to know?
They looking at him and he looking at them. Nigga ain't got no food. Nigga eating bags of potato chips and drinking quarter waters for dinner. Looking at those damn dogs like, that's the next meal, I think. Nigga was in the summer doing YouTube shirtless because he was sweating like a fucking fat pig. And in the winter, had on a whole goddamn winter coat and a goddamn scully. And
pretty much true. But y'all want to know the truth about the shit? I was friends with him, and he was since chore start to rain $100. Wouldn't give me 1 penny. I shouldn't have to ask him for a penny if he's sitting up there watching my YouTube, seeing me struggling shit, but he wouldn't send me 1 penny. That's what type of man he is. Tell his wife, fuck your brother. This, that, and everything else. But he'll fuck his wife's daughter, as somebody sent to my Instagram and put this on my YouTube wall. Go look at it.
The scarf around his neck in his house because he was freezing like a motherfucker. Talking about we gave him a stroke. No, nigga, your lifestyle gave you a stroke. Excessive heat in the summer, excessive cold in the winter, drinking quarter waters and potato chips for dinner. That's what gave you a stroke. Sitting at the computer, fucking with Hassan Campbell.
See, he finna tell the shit. The truth of the matter, I told you he doing all this shit for her son, Later Wheels, and Troy Start to Rain. And DJ K Slate and all them, because I have the whole story over here and I can put everything right, but they've been chasing up behind me for 11 years, flagging my channels, doing everything, so my story couldn't get out. This dude right here, what did I say I met him at? Battle Truth. Was setting up a debate with Battle Truth. The next motherfucking week, he had the K-Slade twin brothers on there and shit. And everything. But me and K-Slade, quote unquote, had beef because I was putting this motherfucking name up on YouTube telling everybody that he was running with this government informant ass nigga Khalil Money. Then I'm sitting up here talking about his mother. He ain't gonna speak on that. Troy Start to Rain and Lady Wheels told his ass, you but not speak on it, or we'll be in Denver, Colorado, rocking your motherfucking ass. And he don't want his ass rocked. That's why he doing.
And now you over here crying, claiming I didn't fuck with you for 11 years straight. Well, maybe it is 11 years straight. I'm doing the shit for Hassan Campbell. Because you took much pride and glee getting up 7 days a week, making 3 and 4 and 5 videos about Hassan Campbell every day for 2 and 3 years after that man said, leave me alone. You didn't give a fuck about Hassan Campbell. I give a fuck about Hassan Campbell. Fuck what you heard. Me and Hassan Campbell are good today. We are cool today. We have made amends. So you fuck niggas can keep playing that stupid ass video of Hassan saying he don't want to fuck with me and I'm a homo and I'm a government informant. Yeah, he was mad at me back then as I was upset with him. And we had our moment where we went back and forth. But those days are long gone.
Now I got another 30 minutes. I'm through with the shit though. I'm glad I did it over here on this channel because I got more subscribers and listeners and shit. Hey, you got to get the shit out. I never showed them speaking. I showed the video, but he wasn't speaking and shit. They shouldn't be able to flag me, but I ain't got no flag. So I really don't give a fuck. I lose this channel, I get another one and whatever. But YouTube, Donald Trump, and everything in the politics should deal with this. But if it don't, who gives a fuck? I'm not gonna sit up and let no man talk shit about my mama and let the shit go on and not respond and clap back and all that. I ain't no bitch ass nigga. Sit up and watch my mama fuck a man in my daddy bed either. But anyway, I'm through with this shit. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the conversation. It'll be here. Share it with a friend. Hit notifications and stuff. I'm gonna get back on foundational Israelite Black American conversation. I appreciate y'all coming over. Khalil, you don't like it? Speak back. Raven X, you don't like it? Do what you got to do. Peace.